Hey, welcome back everyone to my channel. I hope everyone's doing well. Um, I'm coming to bring you some good quality videos with some good ideas for your future. What are you doing with your money in the long term? Have you talked to banks about investing? Um, have you even talked to maybe family members who might have a book they could share with you, or a family member who might be able to give you tips on how to invest your money? So, um, whether you live in North America or not, um, I'm going to make this video about North America. So, if you live in the United States or Canada, uh, it's sometimes difficult to start from the bottom and make it up the ladder of social economic uh, statue, right? It's like, okay, well, where do we begin? Let's say you're me. I was 18, just out of high school, and thought to myself, well, what do I do now, right? Like a lot of people have. Work, 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 save, 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 right? So I decided that was going to be my goal. Work and save some money, right? So I started working, I started saving, and things were looking good. Um, but things weren't always great. Okay, things for me sometimes were a bit rocky. My rent was sometimes high, depending on where I lived. That's an important factor, right? Whether you're Chinese, black, Mexican, white, doesn't matter, right? We pay what the landlord is charging, or wherever you live. This is very important for people to understand. Wherever you live, if the economy is good, rent might be a little bit higher. If the economy is bad, it could be lower. At the same time, there is a price, right? Are you willing to pay the price of your rent? Okay, that's the question. Some people, they could move. Like me, I ended up moving. I don't live where I used to live. I live in a better city, in a better province, like a state. Okay, compared to the United States, it would be a state. You can move to a different state that has lower taxes, and people have done this, right? Like Grant Cardone, if you know who that is, he moved states because his taxes were way too much. Okay, so you can make money in other uh, states, and you can still buy stuff in another state, right? So, you know, investing in a company, I could invest in any company, right? Doesn't matter where you are. It's easier now than ever to invest in the companies from just your phone, and a company you could give money and invest in something that's not even in your country, right? You could purchase something, you know, 5,000 miles away, right? You know, so we live in a very economically diverse time, right? So diversity with utilization of your money is wider than ever, right? It's big, you know. Um, and look at to companies like Amazon that ship all over, basically all over all over the states, Canada, right? They ship. I don't know if they ship internationally, you know, but something I'd see them probably doing for as large as they are, right? So when something is of a need, I did a video on how to save money. Okay, so what's a need versus a want, right? You know, I'm very like, I spend money on what I need, right? Sure, I didn't need to spend more money on a nicer named brand of a hat, but I did want it, and it was on sale. Actually, it was 2 for 1, so I picked it up. Right. I calculated I could have bought a cheaper hat, maybe saved some more money. Would have been smarter? Yes. Yes, it probably would have been smarter in terms of me saving more money. Do you have goals for your money? Okay, it doesn't matter how old you are. You can always create new goals with your money. I'll tell you this. I was young, and I was making goals at 18, saving money. Right? I worked at a fast food restaurant. I remember working at a Pizza Hut, just saving bank, right? Making dough, saving bank. There might even be some people I know watching this video that knew me and that remember me. But anyways, it's important that you understand the value of money and why money is really just a tool to get you through life the best way you can. And I'll tell you this much, okay? Is there a lot of risk in spending money? Yes. Do people care enough about risks for spending money? No. No, people view money as a pleasurable experience to go and enjoy. And the thing about that is that's one way to look at it. Okay. I'm not saying it's wrong to go spend some money on your favorite baseball game with your son, maybe your wife, right? Your kids. That's not wrong. Okay. What I'm telling you is it a need, right? It's something you want. Okay. It's not, you don't need to go see the baseball game, right? You might make good memories. You don't need to go spend money on things that aren't going to help make you more money. See, smart people and smart companies, like look at Jeff Bezos, who runs Amazon, the number one company in the world. It's arguably the number one company in the world. Richest man in the world runs it, right? He always puts his money back into his company. He's like, reinvest into my own company. He's not taking vacations out to whatever. The guy's working, grinding. He's buying everything. He owns Twitch. He buys tons of companies. He bought the New York Post. He's just making investments and putting money back into Amazon and buying things that are going to make him more money. He's buying intelligent investments that are basically like, it's like stocks. It's like, do you want to put your money into a company in a stock that is going to have growth and return your money? Yeah, that's what everyone wants if you invest in stocks. But the reality is a lot of stocks fail. People lose their money, and that's the way she goes. So how do you be smarter? Like Warren Buffett, you analyze what the investment is and how much money it makes. Is there increases of money? What moves are the company making to make sure there's more profit margins, bigger profit margins? What's going on in the long term to improve a company's sales? Right? This is what you should look for as an investor. Right? It's product placement and it's product placement purchases. Okay, so Amazon's so great. Why? It just gives you the product and it places it right at your door. That's great, right? Many people think so. Or it wouldn't work. Okay? So I want you to be a young person if you are. Doesn't matter if you're older than me. Doesn't matter. Okay. This idea is great. Whether you're on your grind, even myself, I'm still grinding, trying to make money. Figure out ways you can make money. Offer services. You can offer your online services nowadays. Facebook is basically turning into a business. You have business pages on Facebook. I knew this would happen, and it did, right? There's so many opportunities to make money. You got to be intelligent. You got to be a little bit aggressive. You can't be lazy. At the same time, you know, um, is there importance on achieving financial success? Yes. Okay. I'm going to tell you, it feels a lot better having $50,000 in your bank account than having zero, right? Um, Watch every dollar you spend. It's hard to do. It's very hard to do. I'll tell you, here's a great, 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 great tip that doesn't go wrong for anyone. Okay, this is what I really want to share. This is the idea, the tip I really want to get across. The money that you make sure you're making more of it each day than you're spending. Okay? That's a great tip. That's for those who want to spend a little bit. Like, let's say you make $100 a day, which doesn't seem too unreasonable for a lot of people. A lot of people probably make $100 a day, right? If you make $100 a day and you're only spending 20, that means you're making 80. If you're spending $120 a day and you're only making $100 a day, that means you're losing. You're putting yourself in debt $20 every day, right? This is the math you should calculate in your head, right? If you're spending $80 a day and you only make $100 a day, well, do the math. You're only saving $20 every day, right? So if every single day, okay, you are making sure you're spending more money than if you make sure you're making more money than you're spending, you're going to be ding, 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 ding on the good side of things. You're going to have money left over, money in the bank, Now, aside from, even if you do, okay, so even if you do put money aside for your bills at the end of the month, like your phone bill, right? Like maybe your utilities, like your rent, like your car payments, right? Or insurance, right? If you have insurance, of course, insurance comes, it's like, make sure you have the money for that first, right? And then make sure you have the money for understanding that you can then live comfortably with having enough money to be able to get by financially at the end of the month while saving money, which for most people, it's way harder said than done. A lot of people struggle. I'll tell you, and I've been there. I know what the struggle's like financially. My video here is to help motivate and inspire you and to give you a place to start. And especially, why is my video very important? Because young people don't always have the mentor or the parent. Like, I never had a parent that was telling me, yes, you should save your money. Yes, you should have great goals, son, or Jesse, right? Some people got that family member, some people don't. I'm there for the ones who don't have it. Some people need that inspiration to understand save money. PewDiePie isn't going to tell you how to save money and make more dough. Stop wasting your time on entertainment videos. This is a big point of mine, and I put in a lot of videos. So now listen. So understand. Okay, back to the premise of the video. More money for the future. Okay, that's the goal. That's the main idea. We want to be on the same page here. Okay, same page. How do we make more money for the future? Saving is one way. Getting a better, higher paying job, that's another way. Really. You might have heard it, you might have not. Do it. Look for higher wages. Ask for a raise. That's another thing. I lived for 3 years, and I worked for 3 years at a place. I'm not going to mention what it was. Didn't get a raise. But you know what? I didn't ask for one. Big mistake, right? Look for a secondary source of income, right? Sell stuff on an app, sell stuff on Amazon, eBay, right? PayPal money, offer a service. There's tons and tons of people are doing that online already. You know, you can get video game training. Who would have thought it? You can pay people to trade you to play video games. That's okay. But listen, train your kids not to play video games better, but how to make more money better. I'll tell you this. You know, it doesn't hurt. If your kid's rich, he could set you up in a nice old folks home. So you want your kids to be rich. You know, you want the best for your children. Parents need to understand. They need the best and they want the best for the children. So set them up with the best future. Give them good, healthy self-esteem. Give them good ideas to make money in the future. Sure, real estate investing is great. You know, owning a home. A lot of people. I know so many people that their goal is just to like buy a home or inherit their parents' home. There's a lot of people just waiting to inherit their parents' home or just, you know, slowly grinding to make another move on a home, you know, and it's like, okay, well, and it's a big I want to say marketplace, yes, for home purchases in a lot of places you live, whether you live in, you know, America, right, depending on what state, you know, and you can sell properties tax-free, right? You know, so something to think about. And make the move. Talk to someone who's done it, right? I'll tell you what's great. Listen to a podcast. I've listened to some podcasts. People buying homes. They just seem like regular people who decided to take a risk in the real estate business. And yes, some fail, some succeed. If you stick to it, you'll succeed, you know. I'll tell you this much. Putting in extra work instead of leisure time is where things pay off, right? Elon Musk, what he said is, well, if you're working a 100-hour work week and everyone else or other people are working 40-hour work weeks on average, you're going to do basically twice as much as what they're going to get done. In 40 hours, you got 100 hours. So 2 times 40, 80. You're doing even better. Another 20 hours on top of that for 100 is amazing, right? Like it's amazing. So let's get some good ideas here rolling, okay, before I make this video too long. But anyways, I appreciate it. Subscribe down below. Thank you. Share with your friends. Share with your family. Share with anyone you think might like to hear it, you know. I want the information to be good. I want it to be benefiting you. I want it to be worth your time to listen and understand and you know, make money in positive moves, of course, for the future, you know. A lot of people don't necessarily have that motivator, but make it, you know. Write down new goals. As soon as your goal fails, write down another goal. If the goal is important enough to you, you continue on that goal. And it's okay to restart. It's okay to claim, you know, your massive debt. It's okay to claim, you know, ask for help. Understand, you know, before it gets too late. That's another thing. You know, people got to know, you know, don't make the mistakes other people have made, right? How do you prevent to make the mistakes? You learn, right? Become great at reading books. I'll tell you this. People who are smarter and learn how to read and analyze and learn from successful people, they make their way. You know, life can be a practical chess game instead of running up and down the proverbial basketball court, shooting hoops, chasing each other. Right? A rich man can sit down and make money, right? Instead of having to run around everywhere. Anyways, peace, much love. Remember my ideas. Make that money. Keep on your grind.